Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're at in the world. This is Harris County Emergency Service District number 48's Physical Agility Test, or PAT. My name is Glenn Trahan. Y'all either get to do it with me, Lieutenant Sanchez, or another one of our officer staff. The candidate will be wearing a hard hat, gloves, a backpack that has the weight to simulate an SCBA. Lieutenant Sanchez will be demonstrating our PAT this morning, and he'll put all of that gear on when the time is. We're going to do a dry run right now. Candidate will be able to hold the hose. It's 150 feet of 1.5 or 1 3/4 inch hose with a fog nozzle. They'll stand behind this red line. When the candidate says they're ready to go, we'll start. We'll walk approximately 75 feet to a position where we have an angle plate painted on the ground. The candidate will move the hose around this yellow bollard so that the hose makes the corner. They'll turn, they'll walk to this red line on the ground, at which time they will turn and take a knee, and then they will pull the hose until the coupling gets to this red line, at which point they'll stop this station. They'll move to the next station where we have two 35-pound dumbbells. They'll lift them up. They'll either walk around this corner or they'll walk around that corner, but they'll walk the perimeter of an imaginary rectangle to this angle, turn the corner to this angle, turn the corner, at which point they'll make their way back to the last part where they'll place the dumbbells back on the stand that they came from. They'll go to the next station where I have a Kaser Sled. The candidate will get the dead blow out of the bucket. They'll position themselves on the Kaser, at which time they'll start striking so that the sled moves until the striking face exposes the number 10, at which point they'll be able to lay the dead blow down. They'll move to the next station, which is a Pike Pole simulator. They'll do so by walking around the corner. They'll be mindful of the crossbar so they don't trip when they go in. And then they will pull down 15 times. I need to be able to hear both hits. And then at 15, they'll move over to the other side and they will push up 10 times. I need to hear 10 touches. At which point they'll be able to lay the pike pole down and they'll make their way, cautious of the crossbar, over to this ladder. 24-foot aluminum. It is pinned at the heel, so they'll be able to stand it up and walk it up, not all the way LT, we'll do that in a second, but they'll rest it against the wall, at which point they'll take 2 steps to their left, and then they will, utilizing the hand over hand method, they'll take the ladder all the way to full extension, we'll do it in a second, and then they'll bring it all the way back down. Once the ladder's bedded back on the ground, they'll make their way to our tunnel simulation where they'll go through a 20-foot long corrugated on the outside but smooth on the inside culvert, where they will then turn right, crossing a plywood and 2x4 floor of 16 feet. They'll come back in an additional 20-foot long, 30-inch tall culvert, and when they exit the structure, they'll move to their left where we have our last station, 165-pound rescue mannequin that they will drag in any manner they choose. From behind this starting line, they can use the strap, they can use the underarm method, they can throw it over their shoulder if they think they can do so successfully, and they'll drag the dummy, carry the dummy, whatever the dummy, around this angle, around this angle, and then when they cross this expansion joint finish line with the entire mannequin, time will stop. The course has an 8-minute time limit that is subject to change because the average time is 5 minutes. We'll go ahead and do this shot now with the entire test.